Today we're going to be looking at a vassal log from round 1 of the October 22nd tournament. This is a match between Lukasz and Adam, and we are starting the log at a point where they are both still setting up. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit here, and it looks like we have a Wookie list going up against a Force user list. I also played in this tournament, so I can tell you that over on the player 2 side, near the bottom, that's Lukasz setting up over on the red side with a Force user list. And so that this has to be Adam over here, just running an endless swarm of Wookiees. Looks like he's getting everything set up perfectly the way he wants it. So he's got a lot of nice little names I'm sure we'll be referencing throughout this video as characters decide to attack each other. So he is running, let's see if we can, it's been a little while since I've recorded one of these, so let me pull up a card, and then pull it over here. Yeah, so I still got the magic for that. So he's running 2 sets of the Elite Wookiee Warriors and 2 sets of the regular Wookiee Warriors. They're pretty similar. Regular Wookiee Warriors were not adjusted for IACP, and they're actually very similar to their counterparts. So for 1 point less, you see them on here. They are just kind of these standard attackers, but they have a ridiculous amount of health, and that's kind of the Wookiees thing. So Wookiees, these ones surge for a damage, they surge for bleed, they surge for cleave 2, they roll a red-green, they have 4 speed, but they have a whopping 11 health. That is almost 3 times their figure cost, which is of course 4. That's high. You're lucky to get 2 times your figure cost in HP on a figure. Their additional ability is that if they've suffered 5 or more damage, they get an extra surge. So Adam here running 2 of these. He also decided to bring in a swarm of 2 of the elite Wookiee Warriors. Now these guys are basically the same thing. They cost 1 more point in IACP. They were reduced down a few points from I think 11 or 12. They only have a few changes though. They have 2 extra health points. They surge for cleave 2. I think it was the same thing on the original card. But they also surge for +2 damage, so they're a little bit beefier, a little bit stronger when they attack. They still have the same movement and attack die. Along with them, Adam seems to have brought R2, as well as looks like 2 copies of extra armor, so they're all going to start with a block token. And finally, Fury of Kashyyyk, which I'm going to have trouble bringing over to the left side. So we're just going to say, yeah, Fury of Kashyyyk. So this gives all of his Wookiees reach, and this is a 1 point IACP skirmish upgrade. So all of his Wookiees get reach, which means they can attack from twice as far away. If they suffer 3 or more damage in any single instance, they're going to get focused. And that's why you see no focusing units in Adam's list here. Because by getting hurt, they just automatically get focused, and that's part of Fury of Kashyyyk. Fury of Kashyyyk also gives each Wookiee a Pierce 1 to their attack if there is another Wookiee within 2 spaces of the defender. So when you swarm up on your opponents, we're going to see a lot of kind of chaining with focuses, extra surges from the Wookiee's Fury ability, Pierce 1s, and the fact that reach will allow them to reach their opponents a little faster. Now Luke's over here running against a list that I came up against in round 2. So he is leading with Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker. Now this is a 10-point card in IACP. I think it's originally a 12-point figure. Gets +1 damage innate and +1 evade. +1 damage surge and a Pierce 3. He has a deflect attack. Basically, if you attack him or any friends next to him, he can shoot someone in line of sight to suffer a free damage, so that's pretty good. He also has 16 health and a white die, and with that evade, he does become very hard to kill. Not seeing 3PO on this list, that would actually help him out be a little more sturdy, with 2 evades built in if he were next to a 3PO. But he is coming with Yoda, and Yoda also has a deflection-like ability to deal damage to people that attack him or nearby allies. So that is quite a devastating combo. You can rack up free damage pretty easily with that pair. He can also make a free attack during his activation without spending an action, so a hero Jedi Luke can either move 8 and make a free attack, or move 4 and make a single attack. And his attacks are quite devastating. It doesn't look like he physically brought the attachment card Heir to the Jedi, or maybe it's glitching out because of some version incompatibilities. But I'm assuming that Heir to the Jedi was brought here. This is a Season 7 IACP upgrade for Luke Skywalker. It does a lot for the other Luke Skywalker, the 10.1 or the 7.1 that uses a gun from the base set. But for Hero Luke here, it basically just gives him a free reroll each time he attacks. So that's something Luke desperately needed to add to his damage. Now he's also running Mara Jade, who is an IACP unit who can use other figure commands cards in their deck. And he seems to be rounding out the list, at least the offensive force of his Rebel list, with Davith, the IACP version, and Ahsoka. Ahsoka is the same as she is in the base game. I think she just cost 1 point less. So that's her IACP version. Davith has had a bit of a rework, so he starts the mission hidden. He can exit a space containing hostile figures to deal 1 free damage to them. And he can surge to become hidden, move 2 spaces, and perform an extra attack once per round. He also has a single surge for +2 and hide. And he pairs very well with Mara Jade as his command card. I don't know if we'll see it in this mission, in this particular game. But his command card allows him to not take any damage and then move 4 free spaces. Basically, he is invincible for an entire round, and the next time he goes, he gets 4 free movement points. Very powerful on Davith, even more powerful on Mara Jade, who can use other figures' command cards. She'll also have access to Son of Skywalker. We're not going to pull that card up here right now for Mara Jade. We'll just see how the match goes and pull it up if it's relevant. One thing to note here is that Davith and Ahsoka are both spy units, and because of that, we might see Lukasz, I don't know, is he going to bring something like an intel leak and casually drop that, or a strategic shift? Those would be very powerful things to bring here because he does have 2 powerful spies in his list to help him out. But I think I've rambled about the list long enough. We're going to take a look at the mission here. So there are 8 crates on the map. A figure can retrieve 1 as an action, and if they end next to either of the 2 stashes on the map, they can drop it off and just immediately receive 4 VPs. And this is Mos Eisley Back Alley. So all the round 1 missions were played on this mission, all the round 1 matches, and this has been rotated out since. I recently did a podcast with TV Boy on his channel about the new map, Tubana Bespin Station. And if you want to take a look at that, you can. Head over to his channel. I recommend it. But for now, we are going to get started. Get started with how this fight goes. So we're just going to let the players draw their cards. Looks like Lukasz is starting with initiative. And the first thing it looks like he's doing is activating Yoda. So Yoda, maybe we do pull his card up here. This is an IACP unit. Yoda finally added to the game. He's not an attacker. He's a very heavy support unit for the Jedi. So we see Yoda exhausting and also using his Channel the Force attachment card. And this is a common combo in Rebel faction in IACP. Basically, at the start of Yoda's activation, he can draw 1 command card. Channel the Force interrupts to say when you would draw a command card, you can instead search for a Force user card and put it in your hand. So let's see if we get... What's going on here? Oh. Okay. So we're going to see what Lukasz is going to pull here. He's going to take Force Rush and put it in his hand. Now the second part of Wisdom is from Yoda, is that you now have to take a card and put it at the bottom of your deck after you draw. The combo here is that Channel the Force has you search your deck instead of draw from your deck. So you use that interrupt to make it so that you don't have to put a card back from the Wisdom ability. So it kind of turns a Yoda's cycle ability, you know, you cycle through your deck a little bit, it turns that into a search, just a free search for something. You do have to pay a force cost based on the... You do have to pay a strain cost for a Force user based on the cost of the card you search for with Channel the Force. However, since Force Rush was the card searched for, that's a 0-point card, Lukasz is not going to need to suffer any strain on this one. Second, it looks like Yoda is going to use an action to focus a Force user, focusing Luke Skywalker. And as his third action, he's going to move up to that terminal close to the north door from the red deployment zone. Then it looks like we have Adam passing over there and R2 on Lucas' side running up and scomping to draw a card. Then Adam's R2 going to do the exact same thing. Players just drawing cards in their hands. Looks like we have Gideon on Lucas' side, giving Ahsoka 2 free movement points and focusing her. And then Adam activating his first group of regular Wookiees. So it looks like he's going to send the first pair of them to that first crate over on the left side. Probably waiting to see what Lucas is going to do and which way he's going to go. Lucas activating Devith, who of course becomes hidden at the beginning of the mission. Looks like they apply that now. And Lucas just straight up opening the door. So I've had a lot of issues personally on this map with when to open the doors when you face opponents who use ranged weapons. Of course, with these Wookiees, Lucas probably knows that at some point he's going to get run down by these Wookiees and they're going to come for him. And it looks like he's just going to decide to take the initiative here and open that door so that he's ready to strike first. Get some damage on the Wookiees. Adam deciding which Wookiees to activate next. Looks like a regular group going to head down and just form a wall on the bottom side and slowly move their way east towards the red deployment zone. Lucas activating Mara, and it looks like she's picking up a crate. And Adam going ahead and activating his first group of elite Wookiees. Looks like he was a little indecisive of what to do, so he brings them over to the door and decides to wait it out there. On this mission, at the end of each round, each player is going to choose and open a closed door. So because one of the players voluntarily already opened one, at most we're going to have one closed door after the end of this round. So he's probably putting his Wookiees up there to protect them until next round, probably saving them from Luke, who we see Luke running up over to one of the Wookiees near the bottom left and declaring his first attack of the game. Wookie going to play a block token, of course, and we have dice rolled. So Luke with +1 damage, looking like he's going to roll 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage with a Pierce 3, but he does have a reroll. If he brought Heir to the Jedi, that is. Yep, looks like that blue's going to get re-rolled and not really change anything. So this Wookiee going to take 7 damage, become focused from Fury of Kashyyyk, since he took 3 or more damage at once. And Luke, I think that is his attack for the round. Yeah, he had to double move up there, so it was his heroic ability that allowed him to do that damage. Now, Luke's Deflect probably not coming into play this game at all. Unless someone shoots near him with R2, because that deflect free damage only works against ranged attacks, and of course Adam is basically just running a Wookiee swarm. Okay, looks like the first command card of the game getting played. Adam using face-to-face. He's going to try and move 2 spaces with one of his Wookiees to perform an attack against an adjacent figure or object. What's interesting here... I don't think I can pull it out now. Yeah. So move 2 spaces and perform an attack against an adjacent figure or object. So Teddy, who looks like he's declaring an attack on Luke, using that card to get 2 spaces to make the attack, needs to actually be next to Luke in order for this to work. So this is a card I've decided against bringing in my own brawler list quite a few times, especially with ranged units, because it's more like 1 free space instead of 2. But we'll see if the players catch that or not. Looks like they're bringing it out. Yeah, he's putting it back. Yep, he's redoing the turn. Looks like they caught that. So he's going to move his 4, 5, 6, 7, and just end the turn. So yeah, it looks like he just moves up his Wookiee pair and he's ready to swarm Luke at the beginning of next round. And the way things are going, he will take initiative next round. Or he'll be getting initiative next round unless someone plays take. Okay, Ahsoka going and playing Force Rush to give her 2 free movement points. So she's going to move there. At the start of her activation, she also gains 2 movement points. So we're going to see her move there. And then I believe that is her 4, 5, 6. Yep, that is her Force Leap ability. So Ahsoka here. She's a very mobile figure. At the start of her activation, she either gets 2 free movement points or 1 block token. And that's Vigor. She chose Looks like she opted for the free movement points this turn. She used Force Rush to move 2 extra, and then Force Leap, allowing her to place her figure in a spot within 6 spaces. So she just moved 10 spaces, and she's going to be making an attack. I do kind of see the usefulness of her. I kind of find her underwhelming, personally. But when you see a move like that, it's maybe time to reevaluate your view on a figure. In my opinion, I always kind of see her die before she does too much. But maybe that's just because she's getting targeted down instead of other figures in the list. But she's going to declare a focused attack against one of these regular Wookiees. They're going to spend a block token, and she's going to roll her 4 dice with the focus. So it looks like we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage with Pierce 3 on board. Actually, no, the opponent Wookiee has an evade. So I think this is just going to be 6 damage to the Wookiee. Unless she wants to grab a token of some kind. Yep, Wookiee going to take 6 damage and get focus right there. And then we hit end of round. Player's going to draw their cards, 2 each. And player's going to open doors, so 2 of the 3 remaining doors are open. And at the end of the round 2, we're going to see the last doors open as well. Looks like the player's kind of deciding which door to open there. Alright, dice are cleared. And it looks like we're going straight into the second round. Adam going first, going to activate one of his regular groups of Wookiees. Kind of surprised he didn't go with an elite group. He's going to undo that, and he's going to redo it, and he's going to have Bong over here take a shot at Ahsoka. Actually, I'm not sure which of the Wookiees this is, but I'm assuming he's doing this because they're focused. And it looks like he's playing Death Blow on this to get a +1 damage to that. Ahsoka rolling, and Wookiee Warrior over to the side. Gonna get a +1 surge because he has taken over 5 damage. I'm not even sure which Wookiee this is. We do see a focus die extra here. This attack should have a Pierce 1, so we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 damage. Maybe Cleave or Bleed? We see Ahsoka take 4 and Luke take 2, so it looks like there was a bleed applied there. And Wild Fury! Okay, so whichever Wookiee this is going to become focused, get an extra surge on a second attack, and be able to do a second attack. Ahsoka still not getting the dodge here. And that is a very powerful attack, so no evades here. Luke probably going to take another 2, and Ahsoka looking like she's going to take a healthy 7 damage here. That's 6. No, 7. 7 damage. Looks like she only took 6 from that. 2, 4, 6. +1 from the surge. 7. I am thinking that maybe Adam is, or Sushi Cat is forgetting his, forgetting the Pierce here. Forgetting the Pierce from Wild Fury. Or forgetting the Pierce from Fury of Kashyyyk. And I think I noticed this on one of the logs I think he's using this same list over in a few logs that I've seen on TV Boy's channel. And I noticed an attack or two where Pierce looked like it wasn't applied. So Ahsoka should have an extra damage here, and actually maybe should be dead from that first attack. I don't know. Let me know below if she should be dead here, because that would make a big difference. So this Wookiee here, Arthur, going to get stunned and bleeding. Again, I wasn't even sure which one was activating. And then Martha going to move up and take a shot at Ahsoka, trying to finish her off. Ooh, get behind me getting played. So Luke is trying to save Ahsoka here by probably having Luke come in and move in front of Martha and take the shot. But if Martha's able to get a surge off here, actually no, this is going to protect her from the cleave. Luke's blocking line of sight to Ahsoka, so Ahsoka's safe here. And Luke, of course, rolling enough evades to stop anything from getting off onto Ahsoka anyways. So this Wookiee just going to roll 5 damage, -1, so Luke should be taking 4. He's up to 8 here. Of course, Luke is in pretty dire straits now. Not sure whether he should activate, whether Lucas should be going with Ahsoka or Luke next. Looks like Ahsoka first. He's hinging on hoping that Adam here will not be able to get a full 8 damage on Luke with a single activation. Ahsoka opting for a block token here, going to take a shot at this focused regular Wookiee. Gonna try and take it out, rolling 3 die. Looks like a clean 5 damage here. It looks like they're checking the numbers, and the Wookiee going to be defeated. Luke is going to score his first 4 points, and Ahsoka going to force sleep out of there. I don't blame her. She needs to get out of dodge. And an elite group of Wookiees getting activated by Adam next. We have Batty running in, and he is more than happy to try and take out Luke before he can do anything. So Furious Sheik card coming into play. Knowledge and defense. Actually, can we undo? Yes. Yes, I would love to take this and put it over here. So yeah, Fury of Kashyyyk has 3 abilities. Again, we went over this. Friendly Wookiees have reach. When a friendly Wookiee takes 3 or more damage, it gets focused. And what I think Adam might be forgetting here is when a friendly Wookiee attacks a figure within 2 spaces, if there's another Wookiee within 2 spaces, apply Pierce 1 to the attack. That might have killed Ahsoka. I'm pretty sure at least 1 damage was forgotten from this. I don't know about 2. Knowledge and defense getting played, however. Okay, so Luke is a little more confident that he's going to be able to survive this attack. Okay. Just reading up on that, had a little confusion about the timing there. So yeah, you on the declare, he's going to add that black die. Looks like 3 blocks and 2 evades here. Looks like this attack isn't really going to do anything for this elite Wookiee. Even with the Pierce, yeah, that's not going to do anything. All the symbols are negated. Betty running up, going to also make an attack. Looks like just a small amount of damage getting across. Yeah, 1... I don't know if I'm forgetting something here, but... So, Luke is surrounded by Wookiees, and it looks like he just took... What did he take from that? Yeah, he took 2. Okay, so it looks like they are remembering their Pierce here. Now Luke going to activate, having been able to survive an onslaught of the elite Wookiees. And going to make an attack on that elite that just went. Also playing Heart of Freedom, so that should be able to heal Luke for 2, give him a few free movement points, and he's going to make the first attack here. Block token we see getting played. Let's see, Luke is not focused. I think we just saw a reroll. So we're seeing 3 damage, Pierce 3. Yeah, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4 damage, Pierce 3. So yeah, 4 damage here. Second attack coming from Luke. We're going to see reroll, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, Pierce 3. Looks like they might have forgotten to apply damage to that Wookiee. Oh, nope, there we go. Looks like a few command cards getting shuffled. Extra Surge to redraw Knowledge and Defense. That's going to go in Lucas's hand. And Luke going to try and get out of there to save himself. Looks like we had R2 go and Scomp for Adam. R2 go on Lucas's side and do the same thing, draw another card. Okay, what do we see happening now? Yoda going into play. Looks like he just cycled a card and focused Mara Jade. And then another group of Wookiees activating. Now the face-to-face is coming out. He's going to move up, use those extra 2 points to get in range of Ahsoka, try to finish her off. Ahsoka going to play Knowledge and Defense that was redrawn from Luke's second attack to make sure she can survive this attack. And there's the dodge. Ooh, feint! You don't see this too much. So use while attacking a figure in 2 spaces, choose 1 attack die and 1 defense die, remove those die from the attack and defense results respectively. So the dodge going to get removed here, and then I assume, either one of the die going to get removed. Let's say that the Wookiee here decides to remove the green die. The red die is doing 2 damage. She evades, which doesn't block any damage. She takes 2 damage, and Ahsoka is down. Sushi Cat up to 7 points. Very good command card play here to get rid of that. Looks like Yoda activating to deal damage to Bing, 2 damage. That's his once per turn force deflection. Put him up here. So after an attack targeting you or an adjacent friendly figure resolves, you may have the attacking figure suffer damage equal to the number of die rolled for the attack. So 2 because the Wookiee wasn't focused or anything, once per round. Nice, couple damage on the Wookiee. But it does look like Luke is kind of getting backed into the corner here. I see Luke moving a little bit. Was that... What's going on here? Luke just moved. Did we have a Gideon activate? Yeah, we have a Gideon activating. Gideon activating. Moving Luke back and focusing Devith. So Luke is here going to focus on the second half of his list. Let's see if we can fix that. Stop. Okay. No. Okay, great. I just hate that glitch where the cards won't go away in the big format on the right. So yeah, we've get an activate. Now Mara's going to go. I assume that we have a few passes over on Adam's side. And Mara going to go up and declare an attack on this elite Wookiee. Going to spend the block token, get 4 blocks. Mara has a chance to reroll here. Yeah, Mara hits Vegas, especially when focused. So that's 5, 6, 7, 9 damage. Pierce 3. I think this Wookiee's going to be taking about 8 damage here. 6 damage. Not sure if I missed something. Mara's not weakened. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So she charges for 2 and gets 9. Pierces 3. Should be 8 damage. Maybe I'm just looking at the 8 wrong on the screen. Yeah, that looks like 8. Okay, now Adam going to activate his other Wookiees, his elites, and they're going to go and attack Mara. Knowledge and defense getting played a 3rd time in this round. I didn't even see when it came back to the hand last time, but okay. So with the 2 defense die, Mara going to get rid of both of those surges, leaving 2 damage on the table. Probably Pierce 1, so 3 damage. And Overwhelming Impact's getting played. Okay, so this one is going to add 1 damage and 1 surge to the results for each defense die rolled and ignore extra results. Big card here. So because Mara rolled 2 dice, this attack is going to get an extra 2 damage and 2 surges. And this now becomes a... No cleave, so this is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Pierce 1 with bleed. Yeah, 7 damage bleed. Wow, that turned a small attack into a huge one real quick. Mara's in trouble. Teddy might be able to end this, because of course Mara's not going to have knowledge and defense again. She doesn't get the dodge. He's rolling 5 damage. That's a dead Mara with the pierce. Even without the pierce, I think that's a dead Mara. 6 points for Adam. Devith going to go. Lukasz just down to Devith and an injured Luke. So this this one might be going single-sided here. We might see a quick end to this game. I don't know yet. I haven't. I kind of glimpsed at who's the overall winner of the tournament. I think I've seen some of those videos on TV Boy's channel, but I do not know match to match who specifically won what, or I tried to avoid some of that. So I don't know if Lukasz is going to pull it around here or not. Looks like, and of course, except for my matches, I don't know how exactly everything went. Let's see. So Devith running up and attacking. Guess he's got to get something in here. This is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5 with a hide, pierce. Yeah, that looks like... that's an elite, though, so even getting him to 12 damage wasn't quite enough. But Devith is going to go for the Fell Swoop, get to move 2 spaces deeper into Adam's ambush of Wookiees. And he's going to play Death Blow and get a second attack with the hidden bonus here. Or he should be hidden. Yep, and he's going to re-hide with one of his surges and get a second Wookiee kill. So it's Devith and Luke against the world at this point on Lucas's side. Still 6 Wookiees to deal with on Adam's side. And none of the activations taken out just yet. Initiative looks like it's passing back to Lukasz after they complete end of rounds. Last door is going to open. No one has scored any victory points for the objective yet. And VP counts are actually quite low. The issue being, of course... maybe Lukasz has a chance to turn this around. He has a lot of command cards in hand. Maybe some Son of Skywalker is waiting. But he doesn't have really enough damage to take out another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Wookiees on the field. And they are surrounding Devith. Oh, yep. And here comes Adrenaline on Adam's side. So this gives all of his Wookiees an extra 5 health for the round, meaning that they're going to be almost impossible to kill. So now Lukasz is going to have to try and either overkill a Wookiee enough to try and murder it, as the elites now have 18 health. So Batty just went from 5 remaining health to 10. Betty is from 1 health up to 6. So again, Lukasz is going to have to try and overkill here, or try and do enough damage and survive the attacks to watch them die at the end of the round. But either way, this is a well-placed Adrenaline. This is a critical round, so Lukasz is kind of in a bad spot by this card. Looks like Devith going first, going to make his attack hidden against this Wookiee. Gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 damage getting across and a hide. Probably Fell Swoop coming into play. Yep, and then he's going to move over here and take a second shot at the Wookiee. I think he pierces 3? Yeah, so he should be able to pierce all of that with the surge, but he won't be hidden. But that would be enough to take out the Wookiee. Yep, he's going to take out the Wookiee. I don't think he's going to get to hide again. He's going to run past Bing here for 1 extra damage. Looks like he's somehow keeping a hide. I guess 6 damage... Yeah, 6 damage and hide instead of piercing 3 is probably what he surged for, since he surges for +2 damage and hide. So Devith getting 1 Wookiee killed, keeping the hide bonus. Looks like Adam passing for... Nope, Adam played R2 to draw another card. He's kind of weighed out Lucas's activations. Lukasz is going to activate R2 and draw, and just kind of move forward. Okay. Yep, Bing going to move up to the terminal and try and take out Luke before he can activate. That's interesting. Oh, no. Deciding what he's going to do. He's going to go looking for a fight. I think he's looking to gain a power token, push Yoda out of the way, and then make an attack on Luke without threat of getting damage on Bing. But negation going to get played to stop that. And Bing just going to make the attack on Luke. Luke going to play Knowledge and Defense. I don't know how this card keeps getting back in the hand. That is ridiculous. And I guess that's just not something I'm tracking so much. But that is the 4th time this command card's been played in this game so far. Both surges going to get negated here, so that is just going to be 3 damage across to Luke. Oh, right, the second die from Knowledge and Defense, so Luke's just going to take 1 here. And Yoda going to reflect 2 damage, so... This Wookiee did take 2 damage just to hit Luke for 1. And Luke looks like he's getting focused from Gideon, and Devith getting moved to 2. And Adam moving in with more Wookiees. Going to take a strike at Devith here. Looks like 3 damage to Devith. Yep. And Urgency getting played. Of course, negation already being used on Lucas's side. So Freddy going to get to move in and take a shot at Devith. And unless Devith dodges, which looks like he did, unfortunately that means nothing is going to happen to Devith here. No cleave can be put on Yoda. Luke is playing as defensive as he can, and now probably going to get a shot to move in with Luke Skywalker. Hour of Need. Oh. That's a card you don't see much. You recover damage equal to the round number, so Luke is just going to recover 3 here. But Adam does not want that to happen. He's more worried about being able to finish off Luke. I agree. Luke is proving pretty hard to damage in this game so far, and for that work, he's at 7 health now, and for that to go back up to 10 would be a lot of extra work Adam has to put in to close this game. So he's going to negate that. And Luke going to move in anyways and still take the shot at Freddy. Playing the block token, we have the dice come out, probably going to see a reroll. 2, 4, 6, 7, Pierce 3. Yeah, that looks like 7 damage. And he's going to get focused, but Luke going in with a second attack on the same target. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 damage. And I think that's an elite Wookiee, so not something... He's not going to die at the end of the round. Adam activating another set of Wookiees here, moving Betty up to attack R2, who's just in range. R2 dodges, because of course, that guy is so hard to kill. Looks like we have Yoda going, cycling some cards. Maybe Lukasz doesn't have anything he wants to search for. Focusing Luke. And another Wookiee moving up, just double moving. And okay, we're going into round 4. Adrenaline is gone. I don't think any of the Wookiees here managed to survive only on the 5 health from Adrenaline. So because of that, the player's going to draw cards. Oh, but Lukasz is controlling Adam's terminal, and he is not. So Lukasz is going to draw 2 cards, and Adam is not. Or sorry, Adam is going to draw 2 cards, and Lukasz is not here. Adam's controlling Lukasz's terminal. He is in his space now. It's Adam's 5 Wookiees against Lukasz's entire list, which at this point is 2/3 support. It's just Devith and Luke Skywalker against the world here. But Adam did a good job of not getting annihilated in the last round, I would say. Or Lukasz did a good job staying in the game this last round. And he's going to go for the take initiative, which, of course, Adam already played the negate to stop Luke from recovering. So maybe that is now becoming a regrettable decision. However, do we just have... Oh, R2 getting exhausted for take initiative, and Luke Skywalker making the first move. Going straight in to make an attack on Freddy, who he can probably... What do we have playing? Yep, Freddy gonna die, but first going to play Dying Lunge and take a shot at Luke. Let's see. Alright, Luke not dodging this one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, he's gonna search to secure the deal here. So, Adam's elite Wookiee going down, but so is Luke Skywalker. Oh, and Adam playing of no importance, so this Wookiee's only going to be worth 1 VP. Lukasz actually lost a VP. Oh, nope, yep, worth 1 VP. Hard-fought kill for 1 VP. Of no importance is just not a very good feel-good card. And if you're not sure what that does, basically when you kill a unit that is not a unique unit, your opponent can play the card of no importance to lower its victory point count by 4 up to 0. So this Wookiee warrior that's worth 5 and had more than 5 victory points worth of health, and was very hardy and hard to take out, only worth 1 VP, which is very dissatisfying for Lukasz, especially if they go to time. This is going to keep Sushi Cat ahead of the game. Okay, looks like we have... Yep, Luke is gone, so we're going to have another group of Wookiees go and attack Devith. Devith is going to take 2 damage here. And what do we have getting played? Another attack on Devith. Devith playing Knowledge and Defense, which I assume was drawn by Luke at some point on one of his attacks. And this looks like 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pierce 1, 4 damage to Devith. Only 2? 2 for... I count 4 damage. I count 1 evade. So I see a surge for +2 if this is an elite Wookiee. So that's 6 damage, getting blocked by 3 damage. Maybe this is a regular Wookiee. Yeah, it looks like it is. So that should be doing 2, but maybe the Pierce one of Fury of Kashyyyk is getting forgotten here again. Yoda playing his reflectability to do 2 damage to Bing as he repositions. And the other Wookiee here on that card going to... Oh no, Devith going to move through a couple of Adam's Wookiees and take a shot at Teddy to try and finish him off. 4 damage and Pierce here. So that's going to be quite a bit of damage. And Devith probably going to fell swoop and make another attack, which is going to do 3, Pierce 3. That should be the end of this Wookiee, except he's going to play parry. Adam playing parry to save this Wookiee. So it goes down to, I think, 2 surges, or maybe he's adding a block. I don't know if parry saves him. Let's look at Devith. So Devith here is doing 1 damage on the die. He has 3 surges. So he's doing surge for +2. So he's going to be doing 3 damage. Surge for Pierce 3. He's going to do 3 Pierce 3, which should kill this Wookiee. And he has an extra surge. And the Wookiee only has 2 blocks. So if the Wookiee adds a block, it still gets pierced. And if the Wookiee adds an evade, it still doesn't stop the 2 surges that are killing it. So I'm not sure if they're gonna somehow say that this saves the Wookiee. No, I don't know why parry was played there, but it did not have an effect. So Luke down, but Adam actually down to 3 Wookiees as well. So this is starting to become a bit of a comeback story. We'll see if the 2 health Devith can survive this attack. Looks like he is only taking 1 from that. It is possible that a Vanish could possibly save Devith here. Gideon running around like a madman, probably going to start taking shots because Devith can't do this on his own. This Wookiee going to take 2 damage, 1 damage from that attack. Going to round 5, wow. They were able to squeeze a lot of game out of this one. Probably because they just ran at each other and started beating each other up and didn't take as much time figuring out line of sight or anything. So we have Wookiees going this round. And it looks like a Wookiee Bing going to expose weakness on Devith, adding Pierce 3 to the next attack against him. Very nice card that doesn't really see a lot of play. And Heart of Freedom to, I guess, gain movement points and heal a little bit. And yeah, that's a dead Devith. Sushi Cat up to 29 points. Gonna pick up a crate with the second action and start moving back to the stash. Might be time for Adam to wrap this up with a few crate pickups. Oh, no. He is not. I think he's deciding which stash he wants to run towards. Gideon gonna try and stop this Wookiee. Get a few damage on it. And Gideon getting attacked. Yoda playing a card to add a few damage to Teddy. Looks like 3 damage to Gideon. R2 going to try and stun this Wookiee. Not going to get that done. Gideon getting targeted again by another Wookiee. Gideon somehow hanging in there with 1 health. And are we... Another Yoda going. Running for the crates. This is becoming kind of a mad dash. Going into round 6, I don't know how time hasn't been called. Yep, I think they call it here. So we see Lukasz reveal his cards. I think he's conceding up here, showing all of everything, and I'm going to do the same. And yep, we're at the end of the log file. Alright, well, that was a good game. I think what I'm going to do is try and run two of the games from each round. I've kind of sorted out which games I'm going to showcase here on my channel. One of them includes my own game. I didn't get a lot of matches for round 2, so when we get to those uploads, you'll see one including me. It's actually against Lukasz, so you'll see his round 2 run as well. There were 2 players that I didn't see any log files from that I could really run through for this. So we're only going to be seeing about 6 of the players for this entire tourney, and some just a random assortment of games. But we're going to cover about half of the Swiss matches played here. So, like, subscribe, comment. If you enjoy, great. I'll be looking forward to bringing you some more of this content and running through the rest of this tournament, however late it may be coming. Maybe just something to watch and put on podcast over the holidays. And congrats to both players. Good game to both of you. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Go ahead and take a look at TV Boy's channel. He inspired me to start working on these kind of videos myself and add more to this community. Alright, well thank you guys. Stay frosty.